What's up, guys? It's Tuesday again, which means it is time for another one of my schizo unhinged rants. But this time it'll actually be very informative. Rocking the Pink Floyd shirt to bring you some chill, nice advice. You can apply this regardless of your situation, but it's gonna work better if you're single or you have two incomes, single and at least one income, or single and you don't have kids. I'm just gonna giving advice for my specific demographic type, which is like young Gen Z single people or people in relationships. I'm not really giving advice for established families, just because I don't have any experience in that department. Like I don't have any kids. I don't plan to have kids till I'm like 30 or whatever. So I'm gonna hold off on giving advice, but I'm sure people with kids could use this advice. But if you have kids, you probably already know this advice. But anyway, I'm gonna just gonna go on with the advice. So this video is gonna be called "Why Being Frugal is Based," meaning if you apply a few principles to your life, then you will be able to go forward and have a better standard of living. What that means is here I'm gonna come up with everything I've learned, which has helped me live in an apartment with a roommate. Not have amazing income, like I don't make a ton of money, like I just graduated university and I'm still looking for my first job. Um, be able to do that and be able to become like a better version of yourself financially. So here's my number one tip. If you want to move out, get a roommate. Get a roommate. Get a roommate. Get a roommate. I'm gonna say get a roommate is probably the most important way to save money and time, especially if you get a roommate, someone you already know, someone you can get along with. That's much better than living by yourself, in my opinion. From a money standpoint, obviously, I'm not just talking about freedom or whatever, but getting a roommate, go to roomies.com or go to Facebook if you don't know anyone and have a good profile picture, have a good description, and be making at least three times your rent you're looking for, including utilities and income. That's a good rule. 30, I know you guys probably heard of the 30% rule, right? 30% of your income. So you want to do that first if you're looking to move out. Once you've moved out, you want to go ahead, well, before you've moved out, you've ideally done this, but if you, for some reason, moved out and have no idea where your money's going, figure out where your money's going every month. Figure out all your subscriptions, including like the gym, everything you subscribe to, Amazon reoccurring bullshit things you have to get, or you feel like getting, or just like subscriptions to things. Find out what they are and how much they allocate to like total every month. You want to set a food budget for yourself. And if you're not making a ton of money, you unfortunately in this world you have to sacrifice. Like you have to sacrifice either food quality or you have to sacrifice um, like consistently times you can go out to a specific grocery store. What I mean by that is like if you have a food budget of like 150 a week or one that's a little high for like maybe 100 a week or less, you shouldn't really shop at Costco too much just because like four items there would already be $100, but like 5 or 6 items. You want to start. This is only until you start making more money. You want to shop at like Lidl or Aldi for the most part for all your food. And you want to shop at farmers markets. You can shop at, since I'm in Georgia, I shop at DeKalb Farmers Market. You can shop at Buford Farmers Market. And I don't talk about the farmers markets like on the street in the local economy, just because those are so fucking expensive. Like you don't want to do that. Like that's just gonna drain your money, which is you do not want to waste all your money on food that's overpriced, which is one of the dumbest things you can possibly do. So do that. Shop at farmers markets, Aldi, Lidl, Costco for you can shop at Costco for like staple stuff you're gonna get like once a month. Like I personally I shop at Costco. I get like hemp hearts, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, ground beef in bulk, bananas, fruits, chili. I buy stuff that I can't really get en masse, and it saves me money. So basically, come up with a budget for food. Another thing that's really important is you have to figure out your obviously your medication expenses. I know how much I spend on my meds I have to have every month. Um, I know my car payment, shit like that. It basically your basic all your expenses, your debt, if you're repaying any debt, um, figure out how much that is, and you want to ideally save a few $100 a month. Like I'd say over 300 if that's possible. In an ideal world, if you're not saving at least a few $100 a month, you either need to get another job or cut one of your expenses on one category that you have to sacrifice. Like cut your food budget and just reorganize it. Um, cut your I don't know, subscriptions temporarily. I don't know. Do whatever you can so you're saving an X amount of money every month. Which I know it sounds like idealistic, like oh my God, not everyone can do that. It's like I understand just the system is really bad right now. Well, it's always been pretty bad, but you just have to do the best you can in a system that already kind of fucks you up. Um, Another good tip before moving out is go to if you're gonna go to college and get a whole bunch of debt, go to a community college first. So you can knock out a lot of the core classes that are transferable, which is what I did. Like I went to a community college. I went to Chat Tech, which is called Chattahoochee Tech. It's a little college in Georgia. And basically, you save so much money knocking out all your core classes. By the time you transfer to university for a bachelor's, you don't have that much like debt and shit. So the school I went to was very low cost. Like I think it was like $4,000 a semester, and it's different when you're living on campus. It's a little bit different, but I lived with my parents half the time, which is another good tip. If you have a good relationship with your parents, live with your parents to save money. Just and while you're doing that, find when you're in university, find a skill that you can make a good amount of money with that's kind of related to your degree. So you can make money while you're in college. And I know that sounds like, oh my God, I'm going to be too busy studying. But like, dude, if you work like 20 hours a week or a little bit more for the whole time you're in college, you're going to graduate with like, I didn't graduate with debt. Like, that is one of the huge, like, biggest blessings I've ever had is I have no debt. Like, I know a lot of people graduated with hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars per month that they have to pay back in student loans, which is fucking insane to me. Um, but if you're just getting a degree that's not like a doctor or a lawyer, and you're not getting like a PhD, you're just getting like a bachelor's, you should definitely work like heavily. Like work so you can almost pay off school every time. Or if you are gonna graduate with debt, which you literally have to, um, it will help you graduate with such little debt, then you'll just be good every month. You only have like a few $100s in payments, which you'll have to plan for, obviously, if you plan on moving out with that. So, I know it sucks, and you'd rather be studying or rather be doing other stuff, but if you want to graduate with as least debt as possible, try to find a job that's related to your major so you can just get one internship experience, which they usually pay now. They don't really do unpaid internships, in my experience. Just the school I went to, maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but like they do that. Yeah, just get it. For me, I have a computer science degree, and I graduated with like a bachelor's of computer science and minor with mathematics. So what I wanted to do was I just did freelance projects for people related to my field, and this was before AI as well. This was like my junior year, which is like 22 or something, which is right when AI was, I think ChatGPT had just come out, so it was a lot less known, so I was able to get away with being able to be a freelancer or whatever. And when I graduated in late 2024, it was just AI was taking like a whole bunch of, but by the time I graduated, I had knocked out so many projects or whatever, and I worked so much that I graduated with no debt. So that's another good tip is freelance or try to get an internship or try to do something. Or you don't even have to do that. If you can't, if your major is like unrelated and it doesn't really pay that well, and you can't get it because you don't have the degree, just do like Uber or Lyft or DoorDash or some job with a very low barrier to entry. This is assuming you have a car, by the way, which a lot of college students don't have. Um, but yeah, do something car related, or you could even get like a basic job at like a library or some shit. I don't know. Just get a job depending on your personality if you want to graduate with no debt. If you just want to study hard and you're confident that your degree will pay back the dividends, then you obviously don't listen to me. Just study hard and just work. But I did a hybrid approach. I worked 15 20 hours a week the whole time, and just my school was so cheap, I guess. It was like 3 4K a month. I just paid it off, paid most of it off, and I just ended up graduating with no debt basically. So that's another thing. What else can I say? Just like the basics, know your budget. Don't graduate with a ton of debt. Don't graduate with a dumbass degree that's going to be automated by AI. That's another thing. Make sure your degree is AI proof. Because computer science, I literally picked the worst time in human history to be a computer science major because everything's being replaced by AI and everyone's going into computer science, so it's like mad competitive. Um, what is another thing? Graduate with. Yeah, basically that's it. Get a roommate, or if you don't want a roommate, get a studio apartment or one bedroom. Try to rent in the fall or in the winter. Sorry. Try to rent in the winter so you can get really cheap rent and good deals. This is obviously a privilege to take. Not everyone's gonna be able to rent in the winter, but just try that. It'll help you save money. And even now in the summer, I was looking to get a different apartment. And even now I saw like 1.2 thousand dollars total price. This is before utilities in Alpharetta. But even now I'm seeing decent deals. So I figure by the time winter rolls around, I'll be able to get a nice apartment with a roommate or by myself. So that's another tip. Rent in the fall. Um, Food, make sure you got your food. Let me think. Your food, your budget. Um, I don't know. I guess just invest in your health as well. Do your best to make sure you stay healthy because health is wealth, which is ironic from someone who has like a whole bunch of health bullshit. But like, make sure you rent. Make sure you invest in your health. Get like vitamin D supplements. Go to the gym. Make sure your diet is generally pretty good. I just got my blood work back. My iron, I went from like anemic to now my iron's normal. Um, so make sure you're investing in your health. I'm getting more blood work just to, I get that like a few times a year just to check on my overall health, like CBC, shit like that, labs. You can get that like once or twice a year, and that'll really help you prevent a lot of bullshit. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, just budget well, make sure you're smart about it. You don't feel pressure to move out. You're not more of a man if you move out. That's like retarded. 50% of Gen Z lives with their parents for a reason. It's because the economy fucking sucks right now and it's really hard to get a job. So stay with your parents as long as you can. But if you just want to move out to get your own freedom and just to feel like more of a man in your own mind, which is what I did, then go ahead and do that. So, anyways, have a good one. Hope my basic ass advice helped anyone. Thank you. God bless.